live.
Alright, and welcome back to Elwad Hunter of the Rising. And tonight we are at the outside of the Rose. And walking to work after having stopped by the local, little stop-in grocery store to pick up some things. Kat is heading back, going to go in the back way. And on her way to the back, she sort of stops for a moment. She hears a sound. And anybody who's coming up to the bar might notice. She'll stop and turn, and this soft little mewing is just coming from this cardboard box off in the far corner of the alley. And she'll walk over slowly, already kind of knowing by the sound what's going to be in this box. But when she gets there, she leans over and looks down, setting her bags off to the side, and she'll see this adorable little kitten. Looks kind of malnourished. Its fur is sticking up a little bit in odd places, but you can tell this kitten, it's the runt. And she just instantly has to pick this kitten up. She can't handle the fact that this thing looks like it's a little bit, underfed, it's malnourished, skin and bones. She can't let that happen. That's against her nature entirely. She'll pick the cat up and she'll tuck it into her coat. And kind of neglect her bags for the moment, kind of more concerned with getting this kitten indoors immediately. So she might leave her groceries outside. And if anybody else would like to walk up at this moment as she's hurrying inside with this kitten.
Well, it's about this time that Alex is walking by and he notices that she just left her bags and started hanging in. He adjusts his glasses and says, "Hey, what are you gonna do about your bags?"
And when she turns to hear the voice, there is the head of this cute little calico kitten kind of poking out of her jacket just under her chin. Looks very sleepy and kind of weak. And she'll go, could you help me grab those?
Yeah, sure. And he'll go over and pluck up the bags and wait for her to start moving so he could follow her.
And she'll lead him into the back way, and when you open up the back area, it opens into where she would get shipments and stuff of alcohol. And there's some crates in there. You'll see some old bottles, etc. It's sort of the storage room, and from there it leads into the area right behind the counter. And she'll kind of motion off towards the kitchen area and just go, just sit them down in there. I'll sort everything out. I gotta take care of something. And she motions to the kitten, and she starts to run up the steps that are around sort of the corner towards the upstairs where her apartment is.
Okay. Go over to the little kitchen area and start setting down the bags and just looking over the area, waiting for you to come back down. Seeing just how you organize things, really.
The kitchen is very organized. Everything is labeled. There are there's 2 refrigerators. One is more for mixed drinks, the stuff you would mix. That will be the stuff that she stocks for the evening. Other things are more things that are more snack for the bar, meats and whatnot. You'll notice there's a cook in the kitchen. It's kind of like a rugged-looking guy, tattoo on his shoulder, that kind of thing. And he'll kind of give you a look, who the fuck are you?
I'll return the look and kind of leave the kitchen area.
When you come out to the bar, Kat will be there behind the counter, because you'll have to come out behind the bar. And by her feet, in this little box was some old clothes. The quickest thing she could grab was some laundry. And there's this little kitten just kind of curled up there, and she's working on opening up a can of tuna. It's the best she's got right now. She, wasn't exactly expecting to find a kitten. She's like, well, it's kind of like soft cat food. This will work. She's kind of worried this cat is, like, going to die on her. And she kind of looks at Alex, and she's like, what do I do? She's never, ever had a pet before. It's kind of obvious.
He's gonna walk over and look at this little kitten, and one second. He's gonna look at what you've chosen to feed in. Like, says, should do though. You should probably get something more tailored for kittens.
Well, I plan to. It's, I just kind of found this little guy behind my bar. I guess people might have dropped them. I don't know. I hadn't noticed any kittens before today, and I would notice. And she'll, like, crouch down and she'll kind of be petting this little furry creature that's kind of mewing and wiggling about. And she'll set the tuna down and it'll start to, like, gobble it up. It's kind of been obvious this thing might not have eaten in, like, a couple of days. And the cat has this very, like, worried look. Oh god, I hope it doesn't die. It's too cute to die. That can't happen, Alex. She looks up at him.
And I'll say, well, you're taking care of it now. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, probably. She kind of gives him, like, a big, kind of derpy grin, and then she'll give the kitten a little scratch behind the ears and let it eat, and then she'll stand back up and she'll be like, alright, so, did you put my bags in?
Yeah, and Popeye kind of gave me a dirty look on my way out.
Oh, okay, you mean Rick. Yeah, he's new. I think he's, like, ex-Navy or something, I don't know. He's nice, really. He just probably didn't know who you were.
We'll give a little bit of a nod to that. And, right.
Well, anyway, you just here to chill, or are you bringing me business?
Perhaps a bit of both.
Oh, perhaps a bit of both. Take a seat at the bar. You want your usual?
Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
Hey, real quickly, does this bar get, like, their regular customers that will just end up flowing in through the night, or is it like one of those old school bars where there's, like, no one there ever?
It's one of those bars that has its regulars, and they kind of come in. It's like sort of like more like the first. It's got its regulars, and its regulars are what keep it afloat. Very rarely do new faces show up at this bar.
Okay, it doesn't have any special kind of nights where it might bring in a decent crowd one night a week or 2 nights a week.
Well, now it
Like
might.
karaoke nights are huge.
Yeah.
So.
She just now started advertising a ladies' night. So.
Can we make this the ladies' night?
We could say that it is. I'm totally cool with that. So there'll be more, like, Yes.
Okay. So that'll be a happy coincidence and an added bonus to Magenta walking through the doors. So Magenta, hanging out in her house, playing with her dog, she will say to herself, you know what, I would like to unwind someplace other than here. Here's just too... So she'll get up, she'll put on her best garb, and for her that's pretty outrageous clothing. So it's gonna all be really brightly colored, mostly oranges and greens and yellows, many different kinds of patterns, plaids on stripes. You better not call her a hipster because she'll cut you, but she's very old school, loud colored. She's noticed once she walks into a room. And she'll get on some public transportation and remember a bar that was told to her by newfound friend, Ryan. And she'll be like, you know what? Let's see what this place is all about. Let's see if this guy is as good as he seems. So she'll make her way via public transportation, which will take a little while because this place is in Brooklyn, right?
Mhm.
She lives in Queens. So bus, or bus, train, bus, whatever route she decides to take, she'll get there and walk through the doors. What will she see?
When she walks in, the bar is off to the left, and the tables are off to the right, with a small little stage area. Which, right now, tonight, there is probably some very, new, young band, probably, could be a group of hipsters, we'll say, that are just having their debut, and they're singing something, some classic song that they're trying to cover. They're not the best singers in the world, but Kat's been trying to give everybody in the local area a chance. You see, a scattered amount of people. The bar's more full tonight than it normally would be. There are a couple servers moving around, not very many. It seems like this is, the first time this bar has had to deal with it, and the workers, the two servers look like they're overworked for what they're used to. But behind the bar, you'll see the bartender, who has this just vibrant red hair. That will probably be what stands out the most about her. And she's wearing, probably just a regular plain black t-shirt with a red symbol on the front and a pair of blue jeans, which she'll be talking to this nerdy looking fellow when you enter, who's also still behind the bar, I'm assuming, and she'll be working on making a drink. But when she looks up for a moment from her drink, hears the door open with a little chime over the door. She'll see this brightly colored female enter, and she'll quirk a brow, but she'll kind of just nudge Alex and be like, "See if I can get away with dressing like that."
He'll glance over as he adjusts his glasses, and the way he's dressed is a lot more business appropriate. He has the tie, the dress up shirt, so it's a little button up shirt. Black slacks, and rather than wearing a coat that just goes down to the waist, like what most businessmen wears, he's wearing an ankle-length coat.
So when she walks in, she will take notice to the bartender because, in all honesty, Magenta's a ginger too, and she's quite keen on them. So she instantly takes notice of all other gingers in the immediate vicinity. So her eyes are going to go directly to the bartender and notice her, and she will also notice the gentleman working alongside of her, only because he's within an eye shot of the beautiful ginger behind the bar. And she'll walk in, she'll take notice of the band, she'll stand there for a few moments and bob her head, but kind of fade out after a moment. Once they get to the chorus, she realizes they're not as good. So she turns around and she'll walk over to the bar, put her fingers down. If it doesn't get noticed, then she'll just kind of lean over, kick her feet up just a little, and put her hands out like, hello.
And Kat will just be finishing up making Alex's drink, and she'll hand it over to him, and she'll go, you can sit on the other side of the bar if you want. You don't have to, hang around back here if you don't want to. And she'll slip away from him as soon as she sees, the girl approach the bar, and she'll walk right up to Magenta, and she'll be like, well, hi, new face.
Oh, well, hi, beautiful ginger. How are you?
She'll be like, actually, I'm having a pretty good night. So, what can I get you, hun?
Well, I was wondering, okay, not too many places that I've been to know how to make a good one. Can you make me a kamikaze, a proper one? Let's see if you could do it right.
All right. And she will turn and she'll go grab all the ingredients for that. And, is there a role for that I need to do? I was thinking about that.
If you want to, because like I said, not all bars know how to make a proper kamikaze. They usually use like 3 or 4 liquors when there's supposed to be like 7 different kinds. If you can do like an intelligence performance or etiquette or something like that, or crafts even. There we go, intelligent crafts, because technically you're crafting a drink. Go for it.
Yeah, I where is it?
Unless there's actual page that would say what it would be to make a cocktail, or to know what would be in the cocktail.
A page in the book, or a page as in the ingredients list?
A page in the book, because yeah, like I like to just use my non-existent knowledge to see if I could pull good rolls out of my ass.
Oh, I don't have any dots in craft because I'm silly.
Okay, so do you have performance? Like, then you could do a wit and performance to make me think that you know.
That's true. I do have a wits performance. I can do that.
You could do that, because then I could just give you a comment at the end whether you were good at it or not.
Nope. Actually, is that a botch?
It was a single success.
There
What?
was no successes. No, her highest is a 5.
Yeah, that's not a 6.
She
She does not know what she's doing at all. She's gonna make you the wrong drink.
That's fine. Magenta will accept the drink. She will take it down in one shot, and she'll just go. And this is another one of those bars. I will take an amaretto sour, thank you.
She'll blush at this, and she'll be like, "I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, I'll admit I was trying to impress you with my knowledge. Sorry. Yeah, I'll get right on that." And she'll go and make, like, that drink.
Easy, 2 ingredients: amaretto, sweet and sour. And if you want to get fancy, you throw in some maraschino cherries for like a topping, like a garnish or whatever.
And she actually will. And she will slide the drink over to her. She'll be like, "Sorry about that. I've actually only been, like, tending here officially for a couple years. I'm still getting used to some of the, like, more fancy drinks. I never really got to mix and stuff before."
Well, and then Magenta will look around the bar and she'll be like, "You do now seem to have a large amount of people in your establishment, so it might be a little wise to get on these mixology drinks, these artisan cocktails. You seem to have a lot of hipsters in here tonight, too. And they're all about that shit."
Yeah, fucking hipsters. She kind of grins. Yeah. Met the lead singer over there. I met him a couple weeks ago, and he was just, he just really wanted to play somewhere. And I was like, you know what? I haven't had a live band in here in months. Didn't know it was going to draw in so many hipsters. This is not my usual crowd.
But ask yourself this: how much more money have you made this evening having them here? The secret is you can jack up all the prices of the craft drinks, and they'll pay more for it because they're hipsters.
And Kat just, like, grins at you, and she's like, why aren't you working at my bar? And she'll kind of offer her, like, a high five.
She'll take it instantly.
And Kat is just thrilled at this. She's just like, wow, finally somebody kind of upbeat. And she'll kind of look over at Alex and be like, you want to slide down here and talk?
Ooh, more people.
At this point, he just circled back to the side of the bar that the customers are on, because he figured you may need the room to move around with how many people have shown up. And he just sat down. He's been sipping the Dirty Bird.
Nice. Good choice.
And,
Magenta will look over and be like, "Oh, my apologies, new people and person I've been talking to for a little while now. I should introduce myself. Hi, my name is Kay. Nice to meet you. And she will give her hand out to both the bartender and the nerd who just approached.
And Kat will shake your hand. And she'll go, nice to meet you, Kay. I'm Kat.
Nice to meet you, Kat.
And Alexander, or just Alex.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So, is this your establishment?
Yes, actually, this is my establishment. It was my dad's, actually, before me. So it's kind of a family business.
And Kay will turn and put one elbow on the bar and then take a large sip from the little red straw from her drink and look around at all of the molding and where the ceiling meets the walls and then down and looks at the floor. It's a pretty nice place you got going here, though. It doesn't look very old. You must maintain it quite well for it to still be looking this good.
Well, it was my dad's dream to keep this place going. Would have never let him down. So as soon as I took over, all of the resources I got from this place just went right back into it.
Wise move. So, now this little live band thing you got going on over here, is this something that's going to be happening often? As she finishes the drink and you hear the as she takes the last sip out of it, puts it down, and she quickly just winks to signal for another.
And she'll get on making another, and she'll go, oh, yeah, I was thinking about having some bands in here at least like once a week. Maybe different bands. I'd like to rotate it out. Different styles, you know?
That might be a good idea. You know what? Next time I come around, or maybe I'll show up in a few days, I have a couple of friends. They do the acoustic thing, but it's like late 90s acoustic rock type of stuff. You know, like acoustic Pearl Jam or acoustic, I want to say like Counting Crows or acoustic Faith No More, stuff like that. It's a little on the mellow side because they don't like the electric stuff, but definitely got some friends that fiddle around if you'd like to see what they've got working for you.
Sure thing. And she'll pull out from under the bar, she'll pull out the flyer, which you might have seen around town, or at least on the way here. And she'll go, here, just give them this, my number's on it, and tell them to get in contact.
She'll take that up, scoop it up, put it in her pocket. She'll make a mental note to contact her friend Roland, because he's
put up the flyer.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna enjoy that. And then she will start sipping on this next drink, and no, I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well,
you good.
Make
Did
the
you look at the
mew
flyer?
noise.
It goes a little.
Yeah. And she'll perk up because she likes animals. Animal friend, animal friend, animal friend, animal friend. She will do the whole lean up over the bar and look down at the box containing the kitten and look at the tuna and say, you know what you should do? You should get, I know this, you should get powdered milk and feed it to the kitten with water too. Like you just dilute it just a little, powdered milk, to make it nice, thick, condensed milk almost. And you feed it to the kitty, and the kitty will fatten up quick.
Oh, that's a good idea and a relief. I just found this little guy. He was behind my bar, and she'll pick him up out of the box and kind of just gently set him on the bar in front of her, so she can get like a good look at this adorable little like patchwork kitten. And I think he was the runt and couldn't get out of the box. She'll kind of pet the little thing. He seems to be really enjoying the attention. Like he's been probably alone for a bit.
Oh, that's when Kay just melts to this little mush. Like the drink goes down on the counter, and she just goes, "You look like a little explosion of colors, you little landmine, you." And she'll just start petting behind the ears, going all up and down the body. Hopefully that'll make the kitten roll back onto its back so you can play with the belly, and then that's when you just over and over and over again. Oh, she'll make a complete ass of herself at this point, but she'll be in heaven.
And that will make Kat melt in her own way. She'll just be like, this is so cute. Like, to her, that's adorable. It's so refreshing to have these kind of people in her bar for her. So she's just like, oh my gosh, this is going to actually probably be a good night. And she's just like so excited about this. And she's like, well, if you want, you can have him as your little drinking buddy for now. I haven't thought of a name yet.
And that's when she's just like, she gets so ecstatic. She's like, oh, I'm totally going to do that. She puts her drink down and she leaves the bar. She just straight up storms right out of the bar, and you're left there just like, what the fuck just happened? She storms off. She goes to the store. She buys like the baby formula shit, and she brings it back. She goes, I have a little bottle. I could feed him, and we could drink together, and this will be so much fun. And she's going to sit there. She's going to put the bottle next to the little kitten, and she's going to keep poking the little kitten's butt so that the butt stays down on the ground so he doesn't keep crawling around everywhere. And she's just going to sit there staring at the kitten, drinking a drink. Every once in a while, giving the bottle to the kitten. That just happened, sorry. Just totally happened.
And Kat, like, you know, when she storms out, she's like, what? And she looks to Alex like, did the kitten just get catnapped? Like, what just happened? And then when she comes back, she's like, what? But she accepts this. And she just shakes her head and she's like, you know what? Your next drink is on the house.
She'll perk up to that. She'll be like, all right, all right, all right. And she'll just keep feeding the kitten. I wonder if I get you nice and fat, I'll get a bunch of free drinks.
Kat will just laugh at that, and she's like, we'll see, we'll see.
At this point, though, like, Kay is just having a blast. The music's getting a little better because she's getting a little more drunk, and she's totally in awe by the presence of this fucking kitten, and she's enjoying the company. So unless you guys want to talk about anything specific, we could just sit here and bullshit all night, or we can just be like, they enjoy the rest of the evening partying down until everybody dwindles and dies out and goes home. So it's your call.
You can do it like that.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying this, like, bullshit. It's kind of fun.
That's the thing. Erica literally just opened up another bottle of wine, so she could be at this for a while, and it would be a ridiculous scene because it would just be Erica getting to know Kat in character.
We should do that. Let's do that. We need to do more character development with Alex, too, so this will be perfect.
Then let's bullshit a little more.
Yes.
Because that's essentially who my character is. It's me, lives in the same place, grew up in the same area. Like, I love the fact that this is in New York because, hi, Erica, born and raised in New York, 5 boroughs, what, except for Staten Island. It doesn't exist.
Awesome sauce.
Okay. So, Kay will down the drink. She will pass it over. I'll take another.
And she will pour her on the house drink. She's like, yep, same thing?
You know what? How about we try something a little different? Why don't you give me a vodka cranberry with a splash of orange juice?
All right. I like a few of those.
Yeah, those are on the easy side. So
the fact this person isn't making her work too hard as far as like coming up with odd drinks, and she'll pour that and she'll slide it over to her.
At this moment, Kay will continue to be poking the butt of the kitten, but look over at Alex and say, so, Alex, this doesn't really look like your type of scene. What brings you here?
This is the bar that my brother used to go to quite often. So sometimes I'd wind up here with him. Sometimes I came in here to see how he is.
Oh, and where is your brother on this lovely, lovely evening? As
Perception,
Kay
alertness, or empathy, I would say, for at least Cat.
Yeah.
Perception
Okay. Perception, empathy.
Yes, empathy.
8 and a 9.
Alright. Even though she's got this smile on her face, you can tell that smile is a mask. She's hurt by just thinking about him.
And Kay tries to fight the little whimper on the bottom lip, but given the fact that she's got a fucking adorable ass kitten next to her, she's got, what's this now, her 4th drink in her. She's not going to be able to hide the I'm sorry.
Aww. Yeah.
She just kind of gives this face where it's just like because like she's an innocent type of person, so she just doesn't want to bring any kind of negativity towards anybody. Everything has to be good and fine and dandy like sour candy, just all the time.
However, Alex, he tenses up just a little bit, but it's very, very subtle. It's just very subtle tense. Like something about where his brother's current location actually kind of angered him a bit. It's not that you asked about it. It's just the fact that he's there angered him a bit, and he'll say almost casually, 525th Street.
Okay. I am going to do a wit subterfuge just to see if I can play like I know what you're fucking saying. 2. All right, I'm just gonna nod and be like, okay, I get you. But deep down, she has no idea what that means. But she's a little drunk. She's a little inebriated. She wants to keep the momentum of the conversation going. So she's gonna play like she knows. Okay. Well, now I know not to bring up this topic again, and she will quickly try to divert to another topic.
How many successes did you have?
2. Oh.
Yes. As he kind of sees that nod, he kind of understands what that means, and he'll say, the Greenwood Cemetery.
And now I really do feel like a dick. After all having, and she pokes the kitten's butt again, after all having such a good time, I just went and dropped the bomb. My bad.
No, it's not like you would have known. No.
Well, I mean, I can understand that. Everybody goes through those types of situations. To be honest, I mean, everybody's had a death, but, I mean, it still sucks to talk about it, and the person that brings it up still feels like an ass for bringing it up. So, what can you do? Meep.
Cat will actually pour herself a small thing of whiskey, and she'll just kind of do a silent little toast, as if though she was possibly toasting Adam. Then she'll take a drink, down it in one, and then set the glass down. I don't know, it wasn't that long ago, but she shrugs, we're coping. I keep an eye on him for his brother. And she motions to Alex.
That will put a small smile on Kay's face. Well, at least...
I was just going to have Cat lean on the bar, but sorry.
Every once in a while, Kay's just going to keep poking the butt of the kitten, and you're like, well, at least the two of you have each other, because most people, after those types of situations, tend to lose those closest to them.
Cat will kind of nod at that, and she'll be like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of nice getting to know Alex, actually. I mean, all Adam ever really said about him was he was this dweeby brother of his, and I'd pass by his room on the way to hang out with Adam, but didn't know I had a fellow horde buddy. And she'll kind of offer him like a bro fist. I'm kind of curious if he even would like return that.
He will.
And go ahead.
I was just saying, he's an internet nerd. Of course he knows what that is.
Of course. And he actually might notice she's wearing the horde symbol on her shirt.
That Kay will have no idea what that is. She spends her times tiptoeing through the tulips, so she doesn't really know much of any of that. She's more of a rock and flower nerd, personally. So she'll look at the little connection there, and she'll lean over past the bar around Alex and do the little up and down look from the toes to the head and look back and then see the little connection. That, yeah, friendship.
And Kat will just kind of like, yeah, friendship. Like,
Yeah.
she's not really perception empathy on this. Let's see if she can, let's see, that's, what is that, manipulation subterfuge?
Yeah, that's what you would have to do.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, what do I get? Oh, crap.
1, it would be.
Okay, I have, like, no dice in subterfuge, apparently, but I have 3 in manipulation, so that would take me down to 2.
Or you can just up the difficulty if you want, unless they don't do that in Hunter.
I don't know what they do in Hunter. I've never played until this game. So, I mean, I've played this before, but anyway. I'll just take the 1 down, just because I don't want to, like...
Okay.
Assume.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
2 successes.
All right.
So, I will say with your 1 success, you might get a hint of something there, but she's like, yeah, buddies, pals. Just
Yeah.
watch it out for him for his brother's sake.
Take notice in the scrunching right here. Just, yeah. Uh-huh, yeah.
And she'll kind of just look at Alex like...
Who's just oblivious to all of this. He's just content with his drink and sitting his tall, wiry ass in his chair.
Magenta will poke the butt of the kitten again, but this time she'll be like, you know what? You don't want to stop fidgeting, do you, little boy? I'll go pick you up and love you. Pick him up, prop him on the shoulder. Hopefully he'll turn into a shoulder cat, which are the best cats ever, personally. Just prop him there and give him his little bottle. Here you go, buddy.
And Kat will kind of think about that, and she'll go, Fidget, that might be a good name for him, since he's a little wiggle worm.
He does seem to be moving around a lot.
I was kind of worried about that. He wasn't moving too much when I picked him up, but maybe the food has given him enough. She kind of gives a thumbs up. It's like, glad you came in here, because I'll be honest, I've actually never had a pet. I mean, I've lived in this bar up above, and she motions up, like, my whole life, and other than college, she kind of shrugs. I haven't really been out of this place, and Dad never liked cats or dogs. She kind of shrugged. He was just that way. You know how some parents are.
Yeah, I understand there are parents like that in the world, but me personally, I guess I got lucky. My dad grew up with exotic pets. Like, my grandfather had, like, little itty-bitty monkeys, and, like, they had alligators, they had all sorts of crazy things. Like, at one point, there was, like, 15 rabbits in the house. So when grandfather moved and we inherited the house, my father was like, yay, pets. So salamanders, frogs, snails, fish, cats, dogs, birds, grew up with them all. Personally, at this point, there's got to be the least amount of animals in the house possible. There's only my boy, and he's he's a puppy, but he's going to be a big boy when he gets older. And then she's going to look at the kitten real quick and like, my big boy would swallow you in one big gulp. Yes, he would. You'd be a tasty treat. And then she looks back over. But besides the fact, I was lucky enough to grow up with parents my whole life, so you just kind of develop the knowledge of knowing what to do for them.
Kettle just nodded at that, and she's like, well, that's like, kind of awesome. I'm going to have to probably consult you a little bit. Like I said, you know, with my dad, he was a great man, don't get me wrong. I guess it was more like he just didn't want to deal with, like, the mess and everything, but, see, I don't mind the mess. So she kind of shrugs. I'm a bit of a neat freak at times, but I don't mind cleaning.
Are you an only child?
Yeah, actually, I am an only child.
That also kind of attests to it. Most only children that I meet never had pets. Never. And I don't know why. It would make sense to give an only child a pet, because then it would feel like they had a sibling. And she, before you know it, Kay just finishes another drink. She puts a 50 down on the table. She's just, all right, I'll take another one of those vodka, cranberry, and orange juices. Just, she's going to signal that those are what you should keep coming until there's no more money on the bar. And, yeah, a lot of them, it would just make sense if they had pets. But I am one of 4. So most people that have a lot of kids have pets. This just seems to be the way the statistics go.
She kind of just nodded at you. You know, it kind of makes sense what you're saying. I'm kind of surprised, but
Common sense.
maybe people that have more kids like a more full house, or people that tend to have one kind of prefer like the quiet and the one, you know, the one brat.
Which would make a lot of sense. I understand that. There are few people, though, that get away with it. But I don't know many of them. I mean, I'm sure they'd want their quiet. But I do notice that when parents have multiple kids and then those kids are gone, they fill that void with a shit ton of animals.
I can't blame them. I've only had this kitten with me for like a little bit, but she kind of just smiles. She's like, I'm already feeling it. I really like this little guy. And I live on my own up there, and she kind of motions again up to the roof. Well, not the roof, the ceiling. Wrong thing. Anyway.
Well, it's a good thing that you got yourself such an independent animal then.
Yeah.
Cats don't need as much attention as other animals.
You know, I've heard they're like basically they're self-cleaning, they take care of themselves, other than like emptying the litter box and feeding them and giving them attention, you know, when they're ready to be worshipped.
Oh, yes.
And this little guy is definitely going to get worshipped, and she kind of reaches over to like scratch his little head, you know, over on Kay's shoulder.
I think he's taking a liking to the shoulder, and then she'll take him off and put him back down on the bar and realize that this little kitten already went through the 4 ounces of fluid that she made him. First feeding, done. You just got to do that every 4 hours now.
That's not a problem. And she takes out her phone and she actually starts setting alarms for it. So her phone will now start to vibrate every 4 hours, and put it back in her pocket, and then she'll pick up the kitten and she'll try to balance him on her shoulder. She'll go, you know, that'd be a really cool place for him to be while I'm tending the bar. Wouldn't mind having a bar cat. She'll pet him on her shoulder, and she'll look at Alex and she'll go, you know, you're being quiet over there, nerd. And she'll give him a wink.
I'm just letting the two of you talk. Give you a little bit of a smile.
My apologies. Queen's girls get a bit on the loud side, and you're talking to one right now.
Ah, I see. I've always been more of a bookworm, a quiet type, really.
I was always more of the jock. I went outside, I scuffed my knees, I was climbing trees and breaking bones. That was my type of childhood. Had the kind of mom that said, go outside and don't come home until the sun came down. or dinner, whichever came first. Good times, personally. Kids don't grow up like that anymore.
I was struggling. Sounds a lot like how my brother was raised.
How many year difference between the two of you?
It's about 3.
That's a fair distance. My parents popped them out one right after the other. Pow, 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 pow. We'd be lucky if there was a year between us. Irish Catholics, what can you say?
Cat, because my dad was a Catholic. She nods.
You know what I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. And she'll finally hand her over her drink. She'll have just finished like mixing it for her, and she'll have to like excuse herself for like just a second. And she'll walk over and tend to somebody else who's come up, and she'll just be like, oh yeah, okay, what do you want? And they'll order something, something like a Bloody Mary, and she'll mix that. And so yeah, she'll just be absent for a moment on the other end of the bar, so you two can talk.
Bombard Alex with questions, you mean?
Yes.
You wish. There probably won't be too many because you're so quiet. So, Kay will put her arm down, elbow down, and go like this. You are quite quiet. That only makes me think there's a serial killer trapped in there. Because they're always the quiet ones. Unless you're a Ted Bundy, because then you just love everyone. Not a
Kind of
serial,
just arches a brow.
not a serial killer fan, are we?
It's like, no, never really got into Dexter.
Oh, that's just a TV show. That's not really serial killer. There are no serial killers in the world that kill other serial killers. That's just like cock blocking them. Wouldn't work in real life.
And give a shrug at that and say, if they did, be a lot less of them. And you give a shrug and be like, can't complain with results like that.
Okay. I'll play with that. All right. So, how long have you and Miss Kitty Cat over here known each other?
I forgot when we met, but it's been several years.
Oh.
4 years, she calls from the end of the bar and kind of shakes her fist at Alex. Yeah, like, how do you not remember this? Men! You're probably hear her muttering about how men don't remember things on the other end of the bar.
See, you gentlemen need to be more perceptive of ladies, or else they're gonna bite your heads off for not remembering things.
Yeah, that'll probably be the death of me one day.
Greatest weakness.
And he'll finish his drink and just set it aside so he doesn't accidentally bump it and knock the glass over or anything like that. Almost like a deliberate movement, like he may have done that quite a few times. It's almost as if there's a spot specifically for that glass.
Will I be aware of something like this? Or I'm just watching you do it?
Just watching him do it, he does it without even looking.
That definitely will show Kay that you have been here for a while. Just kind of confirms his story. Um, she'll turn back over towards the band. Will there be other bands playing, or is it going to be the same crappy hipster band the entire time? Because I'd like to think that other bands would go up.
Yeah, there's actually, I'm going to say there's like 2 other bands on the venue for tonight, and the next one that comes up, trying to think, probably try to appeal more to like the older patrons of the bar, the regulars that come in. Most of them are probably around what her father's age would be, so a 50-year-old. So they come up and they play some like acoustic covers of like stuff from like the 70s and 60s and stuff like that.
Okay. So as Kay is sitting there, looking at the new band that popped up, she puts her hand in her pocket. She starts fiddling around with that flyer that you had gave her. She pulls it out of her pocket real quick just to take a look at it. And there's a symbol on it that she didn't quite take notice to when she grabbed it from you the first time. Because she just kind of grabbed it and put it in her pocket, but she's realizing, oh, it was a flyer, there's probably other things on it. And she'll look at it and she'll take notice to the symbols that are on it, and she'll perk up to it, and she'll be like, inside of her head, she'll be like, oh shit, I kind of know what those things are. Ryan was telling me about these things. And if you guys want, you can roll perception empathy to see her, like, all of a sudden get even more ecstatic than she already was, because now she gets to meet new hunters.
Nope.
No? Oh, wow. Okay.
1, 2 successes.
2. Okay, so he won't notice. But she... Well, is she here? Is she back next to us?
Around this time, she's wandered back over to them. She's finished that order, and she'll...
The reason Alex notices, as soon as she came over, he turned away from Kay to look back to Catton.
Perfect.
And, can I have another?
Oh, yeah.
And Kat will notice that Kay just her eyes started to widen and her mouth, a bigger smile just grew on it, and she all of a sudden turns her entire body back over to the bar, to the 2 of you, and she looks down at the flyer and then back up at you guys, and then folds back up and puts it in her pocket, and she goes, just trying to, catch on and talk a little more. So I did want to tell you that I have heard of this place from a friend. It was recommended to me by someone. I'm wondering if you might know him. And she'll kind of giggle and smile. He goes by the name of Ryan. Tall, handsome, older gentleman. Works for a landscaping company.
That will make Kat perk up, the landscaping. She wouldn't know him as Ryan. I think she knows him as Will. I'm pretty sure that's the name he gave. And I could be wrong. So sorry, OOC, if I misremembered that.
I really should have said his name was Bill, not Ryan, in all honesty.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
when she
so scratch that. Can she just say Bill? All right, because I don't want Jason to get mad at me, because that's why I have her go as Kay in the scene, because that's what he said. Go by the different name. So she'll say Bill, and that he works for a landscaping company, and he's tall and older and dark.
Yeah. She'll definitely be like, oh. And she'll look at her, and she's like, oh. She kind of points at her like, are you?
And Kay's face will just go, are you?
And Kat's nodding, and she's got this big grin, and she's just offering a high five again.
She'll take it. Every time she'll take it. Yeah. So, friends. And then she'll quickly reach into her pocket again and pull out the flyer and be like, yeah, I was an ass, and I didn't take notice to the symbols an hour and a half ago when we started hanging out, when we could have been talking about this shit the whole time.
I know. Wow. Well, no, I had no idea. Like, wow. I didn't know you knew him either. Like, yeah, we met him.
Yeah, he kind of helped me out with a certain situation. I was in quite the predicament, and he was my man in beat up truck who rescued me.
Oh. Nice.
So he's quite the character, and he did tell me that if need be, I could find him here or contact him here, and that this was a good establishment. And she looks around the room again, bobs her head to the music. He picked a good place.
Yeah, on the boards, I answered the message he needed some help not long ago, and I told him when he came in, just order a Red Russian. So,
And at that, Kay's head will tilt. A red Russian?
yeah, a Red Russian. I could make you one if you want.
Oh, yes, I want to try one of these, because anything that's a redhead is better. Wink.
And she'll wink right back at you at that. You'd be like, oh, trust me, honey, they are. She'll start making this drink.
All right.
She makes it, and she'll slide it on over to her.
Upon receiving it, her eyes will widen. What does she see in the glass? Describe this beautiful cocktail for me.
All right, hold on. I think
It's a dark red drink.
it's like a very dark. I know what it looks like. It's like a dark red drink, and she'll probably have like garnished it with like a strawberry, actually.
Very cute, very cute. She'll look at it. She'll admire the frothy goodness of all the mixed liquor and creams, and to make this beautiful drink, she'll look at it beautifully for a moment. She'll run her nose across the top, and she'll take the strawberry garnish off and kind of mush it a little in her teeth, and put the remains back into the drink, stir it, and then take a nice big gulp, letting it sit in her mouth for a moment so that she can take in the whole flavor, and then swallow it down and go, hot damn, that was good. I gotta start drinking these.
And Cowbell nodded that, and she's like, yeah, I actually didn't really start making those until, I joined the board. She's trying to, like, keep it kind of on the down low. She's like, board, Maybe could just be a regular message board to those around her, but, these three, or, these two, I should say, are in the know. And she'll be like, till then, and I just thought of it, I was like, a Red Russian, I'm red hair,
Well, I can see why these are so awesome then. Thank you. And she will wiggle her body as if she had a tail and sip her drink. Sip, 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 sip. And she'll turn back and start enjoying the music again. And after some time, out of character, real quick, it's getting a little late. So she's going to look at her watch and be like, oh, man, and I have to wake up to open shop tomorrow. So she's going to quickly finish off this beautiful, what's it called again, a red-headed Russian?
No, just a Red Russian.
A red Russian. This beautiful red Russian. She's going to drink it down, and she's going to write down her cell phone number and leave it on the bar. She's going to leave the remaining of the 50, whatever was spent, as a nice tip. And she'll firmly shake the hand of both Alex and Kat and say, well, you guys definitely helped me compress for the evening. I appreciate it, and I think I just made me some new friends. I will definitely be seeing you guys soon. And then she will pet the head of the kitty and skip off. Unless you guys have anything to say, she's going to skip right out of the bar.
She'll probably say, like, oh, bye, come back again sometime, that kind of thing. She'll wave.
Thank you, come again.
And she'll just kind of finish the note with looking at Alex, and she'll go, I'm going to come upstairs and, like, run a raid. I'm kind of bored. The bar's starting to close down. I have 2 laptops.
That's tempting. Yeah, why not?
Let's go. And she'll, like, drag him upstairs as soon as the bar closes down. That's where we'll end the scene, with these two going to be nerds.
And thank you for watching, our one viewer. And I hope you guys have fun. Thank you, players, for playing. And have a good night.